Guys, I got a smile on my face here because I feel like this is about to be a very, very, very fun video for me and Jack. We've just been trying to arrange this, but we're gonna have our top five best players under 21. So not under 23. So if they're 23, it does not count. So Rafael Leao, I was gonna put you hot
22 and under, let's call
20.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go 22. And under. So Rafael Leao, sorry there. Reece James, sorry, but we're gonna have our top five. Jack Jack brought up the list from Jack. What website is it again? Transfermarkt.
It's just again, it's just transfermarkt.co.uk. I think they do really, really good work. Some of the valuations are a little suspect and a little bit questionable. But again, I was trying to explain this to James. It's done on a multitude of factors. This isn't a list of the top 100 players and the best player is the most valuable. It's, there's lots of things that go into judging what a player's value is. As an overall view, looking at the top 20 most expensive players aged 22 and under, it's a pretty good list. I think it's hard to poke holes in the short list. There are some guys 20 through to 30 that you might be like, what the hell, where are they? But generally speaking, I think this short list is pretty good.
This short list is mad. To be fair, I've been going back and forth. I've had to leave players out. The one player that I isn't in this top five, but I think has the potential to even be number one is a Napoli winger. What's his name again, Jack? How do you pronounce it?
Kvaratskhelia. But just for the Chelsea fans, right? Cesar Azpilicueta joins Chelsea. They just all called him Dave. Kvaratskhelia is happy being called Kvara, so I think we're just going to call him Kvara. Right,
Kvara.
He's Georgian. It's not like that K into a V is not a word that's not a phrase that comes out of the English
It doesn't
spoken
roll
mouth.
out my tongue even nicely,
Yeah.
if I'm being truthfully honest. But Jack,
He's good though. He's nuts.
Jack,
Obviously.
I think he is insane. Do you want to give your top five, or should I give my top five, and then
Well,
we can have a debate and see who should make it, who shouldn't make it.
so I think I have four names where
Yeah.
I can say with full conviction that I'm happy with them, and if you disagree, I'm gonna defend my corner.
Make sure it's in order. So Jack, start from five.
I'll start with five. Yeah, this is the one name where I know that you're gonna roll your eyes, and people in the comments might be like, "How is so and so not there? How is so and so not there where they are there for me?" Number five, I have Dusan Vlahovic. I know you're gonna be like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Again, I think the guy that we saw at Fiorentina and the guy that we saw at the beginning of the Juve career is still in there. He's just not been given the opportunities to be able to showcase this. This is the fault of Max Allegri. It's the issues that are going on at Juventus at the moment. And James, quite rightly, before recording, made a very good point. Jack, they're second in the league. Yeah, they are. But this is the team that has the most money, the most infrastructure, the most recent history of success, all this kind of stuff. We've seen the total change of the board of directors. They can't fire Max Allegri really because they don't really have enough money for it. We've seen players come in, players go out, questionable players go. Paulo Dybala is carrying my Roma team on its back right now. Seeing the likes of Kulusevski do well abroad, Bentancur, Dennis Zakaria is brought in and then within 3 months leaves as well. So there's a lot of turmoil and problems going on at Juventus at the moment. But that guy, Dusan Vlahovic, who I think at his very best is right in the conversation with Erling Haaland and Kylian Mbappe. Again, I know a lot of people don't agree with that opinion, but that is an opinion I have. To me, he deserves to be there. If you are an Arsenal right from this past summer, that's the player I wanted them to go for. I would have loved to see them get Dusan Vlahovic. Yeah. Manchester United are looking for a new number 9 at some point. I don't know if Wout Weghorst is going to be the answer. That's the guy. It's the Erling Haaland mold to a certain extent. Big, strong, fast, can finish, works hard. The entire package out of the number 9 position for me.
Again, he also takes free kicks. So, Jack, list off the rest of your five, then I'll go.
Rest of my five, again, I don't really feel like I have to defend these very much. Number 4, I've got Tchouaméni from Real Madrid. Ridiculous player, ridiculously good player. Number 3, Pedri, Barcelona. Again, I think the Gavi and Pedri combo there, we are looking at the next generation of Xavi and Iniesta. That's so exciting to watch. We saw that from the Super Copa final on the weekend, how great they were. Jude Bellingham, number 2. Again, I think all the raw talent is there, but again, it's that mental side of the game. It's the intangibles that make Jude Bellingham such an appealing footballer, just an all-round great footballer. Modern day Steven Gerrard, let's call it. And number one for me, Erling Haaland. To me, there's only one answer for me in this one. A couple that I obviously do want to make a note of here that I've not included that I think do deserve a shout out. I'm absolutely gutted for Rafael Leao. You know how highly I think of him. I bring up him.
23, he would have made.
He's 23. He's out of it, to be fair. And then the one other name is just Vinicius Junior. Again, I think Vinicius Junior is amazing, an amazing player. But these are just he'd probably be like number 6 for me, maybe 7. But these are the 5 I have ahead of him.
So Jack, this is my 5. At number 5 is Saka. To me, I think if you talk about the best wingers in the world right now, Saka's right up there. You know, his level in the World Cup and what he's doing for Arsenal, right up there. Number 4 for me is Tchouaméni. You know, what he's been able to do for Real Madrid. We talk about a lot of these midfielders. This guy's special, and he's just been able to slot into that Real Madrid team. No one has said a word. He's just been able to just come in and do his job. Brilliant. Number 3, this is going to be a bit of a shock, Jack. Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland is going to be my number 3 thing. How is he not number 1? In my opinion, there's 2 players who, in world football, will probably, in my opinion, have a better career than him overall. Number 2, in my eyes, this guy is special. And in terms of best midfielder in the world, you talk about your Kevin De Bruyne's, your Modric and all them guys there. He is right next to them. He shouldn't even be in this list in terms of who's the best 121s. He's up there already, and that's Pedri to me. He's a special talent, a player on a different level. I think if him and Jude Bellingham had a debate, I think he's head and shoulders above Jude Bellingham. And my number 1 is Vinicius Junior. I think a future Ballon d'Or winner in my eyes, a guy who's already scored a winning goal in the Champions League final. People talk about how great Benzema was last year for him, but Jack, in my opinion, he was a top 5 Ballon d'Or candidate last season. What he was able to do for that Real Madrid team. Benzema, yes, gets all the accolades, but how many times do you see Vinicius getting the important goal, the important assist? And it's not like he has a great, in my opinion, supporting cast around him from attacking options. It's him and Benzema, and he's been able to take the ball deep in his own half and go past plays. You've seen that amazing goal he scored against Manchester City. I have high hopes for Vinicius Junior, and I even see him leading Brazil for years to come. So he's going to be my number 1. And as you can see, me and Jack have 2 completely different.
Look, and that's fine. I think the Ballon d'Or is beyond Vinicius Junior. I don't see that happening. I think if Neymar, and again, Neymar played during a time that Messi and Ronaldo played, that's tough luck. I'm sorry about that. You know, you're always going to be in trouble when you got competing with those 2. I still think though that Vinicius Junior, I think the Ballon d'Or will always just be a pipe dream. And everybody out there, Real Madrid fans, everybody Brazil fans, clip this. And then when he's winning it, you can send it to me and send it to me and send it to me, and I'll hold my hands up. I've been wrong before, and I have no doubt I will be wrong again. But yeah, to me, I don't know. I don't watch enough La Liga to have that full kind of to have that full, I guess, appreciation of him. But again, you know, the idea that Vinicius Junior is a potential Ballon d'Or winner for the future. I mean, Erling Haaland, you know, chalk it up already. There's going to be at least 3, maybe 3 in there. 3, 4, 2. I don't know. Erling Haaland's got some in the bag. And again, James, it goes on to our, I guess, greater conversation with the Haaland and Mbappe thing that we may do in a future video. I'll just tease that there.
Yeah, me and Jack actually might get into a big argument over that. But Jack, I just want to bring out some names here. First of all, one player that we didn't mention, and to me, I think is beyond this list. I think is Alphonso Davies. I think he's been playing for so long at such a high level. Yes, we didn't consider him here. But he's been playing football to me for a long period of time doing this. So we already know what he's about. These are projecting who's going to be, you know, the next big ones there. I'm going to look at like a few names here. Jack, the top 20 list, Kai Havertz at a time was meant to be the guy.
He's so young though. That's my thing. Like, he's still so young, already. And what he's already achieved, I'm already kind of like impressed by. Again, him and Matthijs de Ligt, I put as kind of 2 of the same, right? Kai Havertz was Kaká, James. That's who it was. That's who he was. That's who Chelsea thought they were signing. That's who they thought were going to. They've not gotten him. but they've gotten something but just below him, which is still pretty good, I would say, for Kai Havertz. And again, there's a lot of turmoil and change at Chelsea at the moment. Matthijs de Ligt, James, I thought we were looking at Franz Beckenbauer. Right, that's
I
what
remember
thought
we did a video like 3-4 years ago. Jack was this guy's it.
I thought this was it. I thought this was the finished article. This was the next great, transcendent defender from centre back who can also drive into midfield, play holding midfield. In terms of this list, James, where Transfermarkt have him, if you'd have asked me 3, 4, 5 years ago where Matthijs de Ligt would sit, he would be in that top 3. He'd be in and around Haaland, in and around who else was there? Vinicius Jr., in and around Jude Bellingham. Yeah, okay, his performances at Juventus weren't as good as people thought they'd be. He's now at Bayern, and he's just kind of a spoke on the wheel, right, with Upamecano and those guys. So another one to mention.
Another player that we haven't mentioned here is Phil Foden. Where do you stand on Phil Foden? Is because at Transfermarkt, Jack, he's ranked 4th. So the 4th best talent.
No, but again, like I tried to mention this at the beginning of the video. These are financial kind of projections, like going forward, right? What do we know about English players, James? What do we know, right? They're going to cost so much more money than they probably should. Like again, this is no disrespect to your guy because I know he's your guy, but I look at somebody like Bukayo Saka, 100 million euros. I think that's nuts. I think that's absolutely nuts. Even Jude Bellingham, James, for 110, I think is kind of nuts.
But Jack, let's have a debate quickly.
Yeah,
3 English players. Yeah. Who are you picking? Because in my eyes, this is just my opinion. I think Saka has a higher ceiling than both of them. Is probably overall done more for England than than Jude Bellingham and Phil Foden overall. To me, Bukayo Saka is ahead of both of them. In my eyes.
You might be right, but Bukayo Saka is 2 years older than Jude Bellingham. So Jude Bellingham's only really had one opportunity to do something for England, and that was at the World Cup. And I would say he was arguably, if not definitely, England's best performer at the World Cup. That would be my pick. I'm taking Bellingham all day. He's my second player on this whole list. I think, James, I think Jude Bellingham has everything. A lot of people are going to point out, what does he do that's better than anybody else? To me, that's not the point. Again, similarly to Steven Gerrard, and this is why I think that it's basically a guarantee that Jude Bellingham is going to go to Liverpool. Mark it, right? Chalk that one up. Saying it now,
Jackie. You're going to get a lot of clips here, Jackie.
Hey, I'm just saying.
You're going crazy.
To me, this is it's Steven Gerrard part 2. This is 8 out of 10 in every single technical, tactical, physical category that you can think of. But James, what does he also have? He has that intangibility. He has that leadership. He has that likability, and that's worth its weight in gold. So to me, yeah, Jude Bellingham is the top of that list. And James, talking about Foden, again, what do we talk about all the time? What does Pep say, right? When I think it was when Jack Wilshere came out, I think Pep said, like, do you know how many of those guys we got in Spain? Are you kidding me? Foden's kind of the same kind of thing. I've seen him play brilliantly at Manchester City. What's one of my big things? I like seeing it when players can do it in different roles, in different positions, in different teams, in different play styles. That's, to me, what makes a good player. When your environment is just kind of perfectly built around you and what you do, I'm not as impressed because it makes your life easy. I want to see you do more with less, and then what you can do when, more with more, right? I don't want to just see you do more with more and then go, oh, cool, great, well done, go for it. Like, it doesn't work that way.
A few other names you want to mention there. Musiala, that plays for Bayern Munich. Jack, he's also only 19. What I've seen from him at the World Cup, what I've seen from him under Bayern Munich, Jack, his dribbling ability is second to none. I think the biggest thing that holds him back at this moment in time is his decision making. But that will come. Are you as high as him as I am?
Not particularly. Again, Bayern Munich are by far the best team in the best team in Germany. So he's playing with the best people, and again, he's in a really nice environment where he can showcase his skills and show you how great he is. It's not to say he's a bad player. I would just look at him moving to a different location, to a different team, and I don't know if you'd get the same results. That remains to be seen, and I could be wrong, and I've been wrong about a million times in the past, so maybe I'll be wrong again. But that is one that just stands out to me. James, I'll throw one at you, and this is kind of an interesting one, especially because we mentioned his teammate. Both of us had his teammate 4th. Eduardo Camavinga is 30th on this list. Only 20 years old. Should Camavinga be getting a bit more love as well?
Camavinga should, but my thing with him is that he needs to somehow, he's good enough and should be nailing down a Real Madrid starting spot, or like a starting spot at the team. Because to me, he's like, yeah, coming off the bench is cool, but Jack, everyone here is a starter. You know, it's a guaranteed starter to a certain point. You know,
a few more quick fire as well. Ansu Fati, Felix, Kulusevski, Isak, Donnarumma. Any of those names stand out to you?
Fati is the one that to me should be top 3, but his injury, Jack, has killed him. I don't know what he's kind of gone off the face of the earth. Even Barca fans, you know, at times it feels like the forgotten man there, Jack. When he burst onto the scene, goodness gracious me, I was wow. You know, he coming on, scoring on Spanish debut. Guy's brilliant, but just can't stay fit at this moment.
Whatever Ousmane Dembele had, he's given it to Ansu Fati.
Goodness gracious me, and a bit more, Jack, because he just can't stay fit at this moment in time. But in terms of ability and what Jack, what he's done already, you can put up against the rest of these guys there, because he's achieved as much as they have.
Well, that's what I'm saying. A lot of these guys as well, you actually think about, have they fulfilled their potential? You forget how old some of the guys are again. And that's why we've done the 22 and under list, because a lot of these guys, it's like, you think, are they the finished? Like, you know, João Felix. I'm sure João Felix is going to prove some doubters wrong. It's like, prove some doubters wrong. The guy's 22. He's been in a situation in Atletico Madrid where he's not been allowed to showcase his skills and be the player that I think we know he's going to be. Some people are already writing him off. He's 22 years old.
22. He's not even on this list, man. It's crazy. Another one there that we haven't mentioned, Jack. Another teammate of a player that we had very high, Gavi. Where do you see, like, Gavi? I'm fitting that because Jack? He's 18. He's the youngest on this list, Jack.
So correct me where I'm wrong. He plays a little deeper than Pedri. Pedri plays a little bit more progressive and a little further forward than he does. And I think, you know, again, like, I think you and I have done this video as well. James, I was a Xavi Hernandez guy over an Andres Iniesta guy, personally. That's who I thought the better player was, just personally.
I'm an Iniesta guy, you know.
Look, I know you are, and that's why I think we did the video. Again, it's the kind of underrated parts of the game that when you can influence things from deeper. I still have Pedri higher. I do think in this situation that Pedri is the better player, the more dynamic player, and the more influential player as well. But again, he can do anything, especially in a system. And James, who's his coach?
Xavi.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Like, you know, it is, again, we talk about environment all the time. And I know I took points off of Phil Foden for the environment thing. So I want to be fair with Gavi as well. But I think what we're going to see for two players who will probably spend their entire careers at Barcelona, I think it's going to be special.
But Jack, you also mentioned environments here. I think if you're at a top club, the environment becomes even harder because no one has patience, Jack. As much as they're at Barcelona, Jack, you know what the fans are like there. You know what the expectations are like for Barcelona. If you don't cut it, if you can't do it then and there, you're going nowhere. They don't have no patience. They're watching their rivals Real Madrid win Champions Leagues. They want to be back there. They haven't won in a while. They haven't won the league like in the last few years. So as much as the environment is kind to a certain point, it really isn't. Because first of all, there's a system and like there's a way to play that is so hard to play. Imagine always having to receive the ball under pressure and like do all that type of stuff there. He's at that level already. And just the way he's playing with Barcelona, the way Barcelona are playing, I'm expecting something special coming in the next few years for not only just Gavi but Pedri also.
Yeah, look, you're absolutely right. And again, we can go through. There's a few names on this list where I'm like, don't know if they deserve to be there as well. But realistically, like it's an incredibly strong list. And again, guys, also another thing I'll mention, due to the ages of these players, due to a lot of the clubs that these players play for as well, these guys are going to be big money, tens of millions, maybe some of them hundreds of millions of euros, pounds moves over the coming January. And summer transfer windows going forward. So again, it's exciting times for some of these players.
But guys, tell me what you think. You've heard my Jack. Could you just mention your 5 again?
Yeah, absolutely. So my 5, I had 5 Dusan Vlahovic. I had to defend myself a little bit on that one. 4 Tchouaméni, 3 Pedri, 2 Jude Bellingham, number 1 Erling Haaland.
I had 5 Saka. I had 4 Tchouameni. I had in 3 Erling Haaland. I had 2 Pedri, and I had number 1 Vinicius, guys. If you want to kill us in the comment section, kill us. Kill me, kill Jack. Let us know what you think. Give me your top 5, guys. And subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.